Let's take a look at Sindel.
Hey.
Okay, let's go.
Take a look at Sindel.
So let's start with her Kwando being back. She has this really good string. It's forward 2. And it actually starts with an overhead.
Dude, that's an overhead?
Range. It's not the fastest. It's like over 20 frames.
An overhead with that range? Are you kidding me?
If you just do 4-2-1 by itself, it's actually punishable on block. So you want to do the extensions, and there's...
If she can make that safe...
And that is safe.
That's kind of insane.
A huge gap that you can fall.
And if she can hit confirm that into a combo, that's kind of insane.
And that is actually unsafe on block, but it doesn't have a gap.
Right.
So the idea is you mix up going into special moves, just doing 4-2-1, and then doing the 2 extensions. The opponent has to guess. Do they want a flawless block?
Right.
Do they want to just block it?
So
I think these are tournament variations.
Or someone like, would you
sure.
compare this sort of mix-up with that move to what Shang Tsung does with his kick move?
Yes.
Where you have to make a decision on that?
Yeah. There's no way that she can just 100% make it safe, and she can just spam it. But she has different meta game based on just that.
So no way to make it 100%
so then
safe,
to
but there's ways to mix it up.
And that's her overhead. She has a really awesome low. So that is back 2. And that actually pops the opponent up.
Oof. Was that on block, though?
And she can get a combo.
I like that.
And this move is safe-ish.
Safe-ish.
The opponent can punish it with stuff like Sub-Zero Slide or some very fast, long-ranging normals, but
maybe
it's
like
going to be very difficult.
Liu Kang's
you can
dash
see on block,
flying kick, Jackie dash punch, or something like that.
she actually goes backwards. So, like Nightwolf's forward 1 might be able to punish it if she does it really close.
What is that,
From
like
there, it's
-14 or
not
something,
gonna reach.
maybe?
Gotcha.
A fair amount of characters have
Then
like
she has
attacks
forward 4.
that
And this, to me,
have
this
range
is her
like that, like
go-to.
Johnny
This
Cage,
is the
like
number 1 move
kick,
in my
stuff
opinion.
like
This
that.
is like her. You can't go wrong doing this move. And this move is a very, very fast mid that has very good range, and the follow-up
Oof.
goes in the air. So the cool thing about this is if the opponent happens to be jumping, it's going to actually fully hit them up.
Okay.
Now, it's short, so she can't hit confirm it into a combo. She doesn't get a pop-up. The reward is not great. But there's like very little risk for doing it, and it really controls space really, really well. This move, in my opinion, is the glue that puts her together. It sets up everything. Like, this is the move you do to condition them not to jump around, not to attack.
Dizzy says,
not
I don't
to
think
hit
it's
buttons.
tournament
So then she
variations.
can do her other attacks.
J Prime, what's up, man?
So then the last normal I want to show is her back 3. And this is a pretty quick mid that has a couple of extensions that are good. So the first one, this is an overhead. If they're ducking, it'll hit them, but it's unsafe on block. But then she has this butt where she screams, propels herself. And this is a high, but it's plus on block.
Gotcha.
So the idea there is if they're just blocking because they think they're going to do the uppercut or the overhead, you would do the high and then you get plus frames.
And those who saw the trailer will know that that is also a crushing blow.
Yes, and that is for only the last attack hitting.
Which I would say
Only
in this
the
game,
last
my favorite
attack
thing is having characters that do that, and when people are knocked down, using that sort of Oki to like get that out. That's so much fun.
Because it actually advances forward really good. And the other thing is, if they're blocking it, and they try to like, you know, let go block because they think you're going to cut it short, because you're going to go for a throw or whatever. If they hit any button at all or just aren't blocking, they're going to get hit in the face and crushing blow. She also has a really good uppercut.
Is that her down 2?
Yeah, it's very, very good. And
What?
she's one of the few characters that has a throw crushing blow on both throws. And I think that's another key thing that makes her a really good mix-up character.
Right.
And that the requirement for those are the standard. If they try to escape, it's loaded, and then the next one, you get it.
But if you break a throw, it's unloaded.
Right.
Yeah.
But her having it on both sides is very, very good. One more unique thing is her hop attack has a ton of...
It doesn't look like she has
and
throw
her kick
loops.
one is actually
It leaves them
hits,
somewhat
which
far
is
away from her.
Is that
pretty
the
interesting
only one with multiple hits? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I was about to say it's the first, and I don't think I'm wrong.
I think, yeah. She does have a lot of range, kind of, I mean, her and Shao Kahn kind of have some of the most, like, hop attack range in the game now.
Well, they have the audacity to use weapons in a fist fight, which is just smart.
Right.
All right, so let's go over her special moves.
Those weren't even any
The first
special
one
moves.
is the Scream is back, and I love the audio, and I love the Banshee effect. That
The Banshee effect
so
is
cool.
awesome.
I love its hair waving.
That looks
So
really
normally
cool.
when it hits, she gets a lot of advantage. She does not get a combo. That's actually, in MK3, they would always get she gets a full combo. Now
Right.
she just gets advantage. So you can see a lot of times I'll do this. And from here, you basically will run up and throw. You can do it down one. You can condition them with this. So like, if you think they're going to hit a button, that'll hit them out of it. And then once they stop hitting buttons, you can do a 50-50. You can do whatever you want. But she can actually charge this as well. If she starts glowing, that means it's charged. And when it hits, she then does get a full combo. She can also amplify it to make it go very, very far. You see, normally it doesn't really travel that far, but if she amplifies it, it goes nearly full screen.
Amplify and hold it?
Yes. Well, no. You can hold it and then amplify.
Gotcha.
She can also cancel it. Now that takes defensive stamina, but you can use that for pressure. And then, of course, you have the mix-up of you're holding it, and you could use it at any time, or you can actually cancel it and go for.
I wonder what that is on block.
Or back two. Or you could go in another string, or whatever you want to do.
Her back two is fantastic.
It must be death on block, right?
It's pretty awesome. I think it's definitely one of her best normals. So, she also has main squeeze, this is like totally your combo ender. You're going to enter most combos in it, or strings on, like if you see, you hit confirm. If you amplify it, you get a good damage, and she can actually control which way to throw them.
I was about to say, can she switch sides?
Can I try the combo you taught me later?
Good.
No, I don't do it right now. Let's
always nice to be able to
what's all
choose
involved.
the side.
All right, fair enough. So her last base move is her hover. She starts hovering. You can do that in the air, or just do it on the ground and she'll go up.
These are all base
And
moves?
from there, it's a mobility tool.
Woo!
She can backdash, she can drop down. She normally does not have special moves that she can do from it. That's actually an ability where she gains like a burst and a fireball. So this would be useful for faking the opponent out. You can jump in and actually just drop down. If Aaron Black throws his acid, you can use it to avoid it, go in. And the dash is pretty quick, and it doesn't cost stamina to drop down.
Well, and currently too. Like
watch that get nerfed in the future. You're gonna have to use stamina for it or something.
A lot, or to avoid getting hit as they're off the ground. People are jumping a lot now. With Sindel, you can jump in the air and stay there for a second, and then next time you don't do it. One time you go over them. There's some stuff you can do just like to deal with like being knocked down too.
She also has a few air moves in Variation 2 that really go well with this that I'm going to show in a second.
All right.
So that's her base loadout.
All right.
Oh, we can go over Crushing Blow as well.
Yes.
This thing I think has a very good into because
is this
it's quick
Variation
and
1?
takes up a ton of space.
Pretty good range on that. How much damage does it do? Base. 32. So it's like kind of standard. It's not like crazy.
As a whip punisher and an anti-air.
Okay.
Oh, another thing I wanted to talk about is her scream has a custom
blow
blow for being a punish or a counter hit.
Okay.
And I think that is great, especially the amplified one. Like, I'll kind of hover at this distance, and if I just see movement, I can quickly do that. And then that gives her a full combo.
As a punish or a counter hit.
So that's a pretty
You'll see that a lot, I'm
with
sure.
Kano's back boot.
Exactly,
Just wait for a slight
wait for movement, and you're going to beat it out. So let's go over loadout 1. And all three loadouts
like you can catch, if you catch people whiffing like a down 1 or some shit, and you just do that Crushing Blow.
Use in Combat League. The first move she gets
is that what they were saying?
Is Haircut.
Haircut.
Which is a anti-air and a combo tool. If she amplifies it, she actually gets a pop-up. And this is totally like her combo variation. This is the one you'll use if you just want to play simple, play footsies, do 50-50s, and get damage.
Okay.
The second move she gets is Hair Flip, which is this thing. It's an overhead.
Whoa. And
that will flip them over. She can do it in the air. She can do close, medium, or far versions.
Okay.
And that complements the low. And it has a Crushing Blow that pops up if she punishes a low attack.
Huh. Interesting. Oh.
So, this is a variation that has the combo. Do you think you can do it?
Yes.
How many tries?
What do you think?
I say you get it on the third try.
John?
First try.
Wow.
Can I remember
That's
what the
probably
first
not
part
gonna
is before
land
I do
much.
it?
It could.
Just tell me. 4,
it
2,
could.
1.
If you catch people
Yes.
like throwing out a down 3, down 4, it's possible.
Oh!
I actually thought you were gonna get it. Now you're freaked out and you won't get it.
Nah. That wasn't it.
That's not it, but it was close.
This is 3.
3, you got it.
Got in 3. I'm getting better.
37%.
Not much, but getting better.
All right, so
for
that's
2
variation
bars.
1. Like I said, this is the simple one. You don't want to mess with traps. You don't want to
Right.
mess with mobility. You just want to hit your moves, do your overhead low, get your damage, get out. Let's go to variation 2 because this is the opposite.
Oh, so that was
This
the
is a weird
variation
one.
1.
This is the
Okay,
Rogue
yeah. See,
Legacy
these are tournament
weird.
variations.
You like
I think.
or
Or maybe not.
stances and tricks
No,
and
wait.
traps
Maybe
and
these aren't
setups,
tournament
Sonic
variations.
Fox variation.
Because, yeah.
So in this one, she gains a different screen.
One moment before we move on. That outfit,
Yeah, I'm all
Real
in on
nice.
the mask.
The
Yeah.
mask is
I
rad.
also really like the pink.
yeah. Loud and clear with a K.
Yes.
Good.
So her scream changes, and she gets this walking scream. So she'll walk with the Banshee,
I really hope these are tournament.
and you can let it go at any time. And if you walk several steps, I think it's 3, you get a crushing blow. And that gives you a combo.
Oh.
She can also, at any time,
3 stat.
amplify it, and she gets a multi-hitting one. This does a ton of chip, it knocks them back, it does good damage. It's punishable, but it's a very awkward punishable. There's very long block stun.
Awkward.
It's going to be a great day 1 strat.
Really
Is that
good
part of
music
like the
if you do
decision
that.
making
Exactly.
there?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
let's make it
And because it's
punishable, but we're gonna
multiple
make it
hits, it's gonna kill
an
their last
awkward
breath.
punish. We're gonna make it have like an extra
She also
second
still
of
has a
block stun
regular
on it.
scream, but it's actually a little bit different. It is a high instead of a mid, and the frames are slightly different. So she still gets that scream. It's not like it's a replacement, but it's like a modifier of it, which is a unique mechanic. She also gets this air scream. This is very similar to Katana's float. And she has this version and a far version.
That's kind of cool.
And this, she can do normals from it. So she can use it to close the gap. She can also do stuff like fly after it. So she
This
can go
it kind of
close
reminds
the
me of
moment
this.
and then
It's
start
kind of like Blue
flying.
Beetle,
So
actually.
this is definitely the mobility version.
This is fucking
like
Blue
a
Beetle
quick-
right there. Like the
one
way
moment
she
real
does
quick.
the
We
float
got a little mic
is
issue
the
real
same
quick, real
thing.
quick.
Okay.
It's
Mute
the
the mic
same
real
thing
quick.
as Blue Beetle. Kind of like Brainiac 2 as well. But I feel like the movement seems a little bit more similar to Blue Beetle, where she can kind of hop and then stop and then dash forward. That's like Blue Beetle shit.
We're live, pal.
Okay.
And Hellboy, it's
and
kind
her
of similar
third
to
move is
Hellboy's
the-
air dash,
I
but
love how
the
you
difference is just that
continued from
Hellboy's
30
air
seconds
dash,
ago.
he
All right,
can't
and the last move.
Well, I
he
think
can't
it would
start
be
floating
awkward.
and
Like, what am I supposed
like
to
that.
do?
No, I think it was cool. I thought it was
Okay.
cool.
So this move is a nifty projectile, and if you amplify it, she will follow it, and then she gets to jump in.
That's a cool.
So
that's a
this
cool one. I like that.
complements the other moves. For example, she can do it after this.
I feel like Deoxys needs to play this character.
She can go behind them and do it.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the way she warps, it's really good for trades and stuff like that. So I think this is kind of a little bit of a zoning, but mostly air mobility variation. It's definitely like the complicated.
This seems like a
one.
pretty
If
hype
you're
variation.
not like me, and you don't want simple.
I wonder what
I
her
think this
combo
one's
damage is
really,
like
really
in this.
cool.
Like,
So
how
let's
much
go to
can
the
you
third,
extend
and this is the
combos?
one that I use. I'm a big fan of this
A
one.
big proponent.
Yes. So this one is definitely the most
Ooh.
zony.
No.
I'm a huge fan of her human.
Those
Interesting
sleeves are
hair.
Cool.
That is so rad. You can also change her hair. That's
Royal
one of her third
Edenian?
things. She has. You can get rid of the black, the skunk thing.
Mhm.
You can see it's a little spiky at the top. It's very cool. So the first thing she gains is low fireball. This is
She's gonna
totally
be
the
too
reason
fun
I use
for
this
me.
variation. I need a fireball. I need
Low
that space
fireball.
control.
And pretty
The
quick.
amplified
Look how low
knocks
she
them down.
goes.
It does really good damage. So this is rad because
Oh
it
my
actually
God.
goes under a lot of stuff.
That's
like
so
if he tries to
good.
do an arrow, you can just totally
That's
go
so
under it. I went
good.
under Baraka's blade.
That's
two-handed
like a top. That's a
shotgun. I
top.
think it
Like
is an awesome
to
skill.
have a projectile like that
She
is
also gains
one of the best things you can have.
these
Like
dive
as in
bombs,
terms of
which is
projectile in a
3
game. If you have a
knocks
low
down,
projectile
and if she
that also
amplifies it, she
goes
gets a combo.
under other people's
And the last tip
projectiles,
is actually a low
that's
she amplifies.
so good. It's
And I
essentially
think
like
this is great for like
a better
fading out
version
jump
of
hits. Like,
Cassie's.
condition them to start anti-airing,
projectile.
then you do it early, they try to uppercut you, you're going to get it. You can also use it with jump back, which is what I do. Like in the mid-range, when you're using 4-2, And this, they might want to jump in to get past it. Jump back, you see the whiff, and you do that.
Oh, right on.
And then lastly, she gains this magic orb. And
What
this,
the fuck?
once it's on screen, if the opponent is close, those are unblockable and they do slight damage.
What?
So this is an awesome round ender. You just kind of, if you have like 50% and they only have like 1%, you can put these out and they
I guess
have
that
to
just
either
kills
back
them.
off or die. And it can kill them. Like if they go up and throw you, they'll stay out and
How far does it track?
it's not that far. Like if I'm here,
Oh, right, okay.
yeah. So these aren't just auto win.
So if you're in the
Does
corner,
she have to do that in the
they're
air?
in the corner, it's like, well,
And there's also a lot of recovery. Like you could do it if you knock down and do it. You could probably do a wake up attack.
You can have multiple? 2 of them?
So yeah, that's variation 3.
Yeah, this variation's
I
kinda
think this one like 1 is pretty
something.
simple to use. It's a little zony, good space control. You're not gonna have big combos. That's like the one downside to
No
it.
combos.
So you kind of have to weigh. Do you want the fireball or the combos? And
Gotcha.
me personally, I want fireball, but that's just me.
sure. And the low fireball is what got you into the character, into this
Absolutely, yeah.
variation of the
Into
character.
that variation, yeah.
Right on.
That low fireball is
Cool.
crazy.
Real quick, we're going to tell you that the Sindel Tower is slated to go live on 12/3, the a la carte date. So there you go. That's when we'll be able to do the Sindel Tower.
I am
It's a little later this time around. So
very hyped to see people play her. I think she is a lot of fun to play.
great. What else? Anything else about Sindel before we have some matches?
I don't recall
I
him
think
saying
that's all
she
it
has a
covers
mid
it.
though. Like a mid move.
Cool.
That was like her
Let's
kind
talk.
of cartwheel
I'm gonna talk real
looking
quick.
quick.